I love speed. Speed gives me my thrill, my happiness.
You believe that you're the best fighter and you don't give away your powers, and that gives you the power to really, make some magic happen on the circuit.
Good or bad, win or lose, seeing the checkered flag is what most matters to me.
To finish first, it's very important to finish first. Every point makes a difference in the end of the season. That's what determines you're a champion or the first loser.
It's a pure sound of that engine that just breaks through the air as if nothing can stop it. When we said the Continental GT Cup is going to go racing, we said hello retro, we said hello renegade stuff. We said this is the purest form of racing.
I'm the third generation of the family doing racing now. So my dad had met with a very critical accident in a rally called Red Di Malia, where he had practically lost his life. He was in coma for 6 months. The day I was born, that's the day my dad responded in the hospital.
You will pick a chit, the number on the chit will be the bike that you will get allocated, and that will remain the bike that you race for the entire season.
The expectations of being from a racing family, they expect way too much. Like every time you go to race, there has to be a podium. So when I was coming here, my family were like, you're not coming home without a trophy.
Production date, this is which is gone.
I have won the amateur category championship in GT Cup last year. So I'm right now participating in professional category and looking forward to the same success for this year. I still remember during the qualifying on my first ever race, I started getting panicking. But once after the light shuts off, I was a different person. The way I rode and getting in the podium for the first race, that day I decided this is my thing.
What's that one name you think is going to give me a target?
There are multiple riders. I would say there is experienced rider like Abhishek.
I knew I wanted to be a professional racer before I even knew what professional racing was. I think having goosebumps under my suit, but that was what made me, arrive to a point where I told my dad I want to be a professional racer.
We all know that motorsport is dangerous, but if everything safe, process.
Where I came from was I left everything for the sport. I said fuck you to education, I said fuck you to everybody, fuck you to an astrologer who said I'm not supposed to be on a bike. All the family members who revolted against it, and it was a rebellious journey that took me here, and thankfully I was good at it when I put myself on the track. I think whatever disability I have in real life gives me strength on the bike. Man, this bike can really take corners. It can really enter corners. It can be really flicked into a corner fast, and it's going to hold the line.
Royal Enfield has done a very good job to make these bikes as a race bikes.
GTs have great potential and they have the right man on these old school machines, Mr. Aspie, who's the brains of his team, and him and Vaibhav have done a great job.
I raced motorcycles for 22 years. We are trying to make racing accessible for everybody. All the bikes are equal because I test each and every bike. I tested 30 motorcycles, or 60 laps back to back. So when I hand over the bikes to the riders, I was 100% sure that I'm giving them a top class motorcycle.
Our hopes from the third edition of the GT Cup is to maintain that same level of energy, adrenaline and enthusiasm amongst the racers and the fans and the enthusiasts.
GT Cup has been designed in a great format. It's one grid for pros and amateurs.
However, the championships, the points, the podium ceremonies are still separate.
And the professional is around 10 riders who will be participating, and there will be 15 riders who will be participating in the amateur category.
One season of the GT Cup comprises of 8 races in total. These races are spread out over 3 rounds.
Good morning.
Morning.
How are you feeling?
Sup? Vamos.
Good morning. So, feeling excited. The thrill is there. The adrenaline's pumping. Today's quali and race 1.
So much excited.
Super powered.
Yeah.
I feel really confident. Waiting for the race.
First round, knockout. Talk of the town on the block now. Cash in, cash out. Hands up, hand down.
Currently, I'm running third in qualifying right now. I'll be starting third. I'm not a qualifying rider, I'm a race rider. So my results will talk in the race in the end.
Back with a bars will spark. Shout out to my
First is what I really wanted to gun for, and I really gunned for it. There's no point cribbing about it. Now we got to think about how do we make the race happen.
If you gon' see you, then you know it's on site. Yeah, I hit it with the.
Surya just had a low slide and he just slid off because he pressed the front and his front washed out, so he slid off.
I needed 2 good lap. So I got those 2 good lap and got the timing I was expecting.
My experience, I think I can get in the podium if I could stay with the bunch.
I'm 100% sure I'll be winning the race.
Laps of the race is about to start, and the most important part of the race is always the start.
When we are standing at the start grid, there are sheer butterflies in my stomach.
What I do is like I think a lot about what I'm going to do on the first corner and what is my strategy.
Once the lights are off and the clutch is released, there is no more thinking.
30-second board goes on. Just tell myself, forget everything. Just go with the flow. I'll be like full gas.
Bike number 2, Surya PM. Big disappointment for Surya PM. He was also the front runner.
For the first crash in C1, where Rajkumar went in, overcooked C1, crashed and took Surya with him. So Surya is obviously not having a good weekend. The race for the top 4 was really intense.
2 other riders crashed. Jagdish leading the pack crashed. I was in second place after Vignesh crashed. After Vignesh crashed, I reached Mickey Mouse and I see that I went to shift the gear, but there was no gear lever left in my leg. I'm speechless. I can't say anything because it's not even my fault that I've lost the race.
20.086, Prabhu 120.045. Fastest time on the track 117.584 by Zubair, a new man.
We had excessive crashes, more than we usually have had in the past. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, we had about 5 DNFs.
There are 2 kinds of riders, one who's yet to crash and one who's already crashed. And you only learn and become faster as you crash. So it comes with the sport.
I raced. I had a lot of injuries. Bottom bit of my finger has been cut off in the Isle of Man. So, but that didn't stop.
So the moment I saw the red flag, I was just waiting for bike number 2. It wasn't there.
We haven't heard back yet, but they were basically taking him in for an X-ray to see if he has a fracture in his ankle.
I went to the ambulance. The first thing I was asking for my wife, because I know she would be in the panic, and I just want someone to let her know that I'm fine.
The doctors advised him to take 2 weeks to complete rest. So that should heal him.
You guys should keep a BP check machine with you guys.
It will burst.
Good morning, Abhishek.
Good morning.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. We're here early today. Race is at 2. Bikes are prepped. Gears are in place.
Race 2 order will be the finishing order of race 1. So that means I'll be starting from position 22nd because I crashed out in race 1.
It's all about me being smart and being calculated, because I know there are other riders who are going to make stupid mistakes in the starting few laps.
Maybe you guys will see me, battling for the lead somewhere in 6th or 7th lap. That's my plan.
I think it's the most tranquil a feeling that is produced in my body, I would say. I think as we're gearing up, as we're warming up, we're just tuning our mind to be the strongest and to feel the strongest and to feel the most calm.
Maybe everyone would be in a thought that Kayan is starting from 19th position. If he comes also, he'll come to the top 5 maximum, not more than that.
It's just me becoming in tune with myself, prepping my mind for what's going to unfold, and really walk the champion, talk the champion, and sit on the bike as a champion and exit the pit as a champion. That's what we're gunning for.
My main goal was to head to the front bunch as soon as possible before they fly off.
I was gauging what the rider in front was doing, and accordingly I was setting him up.
I don't remember when I started making moves, but then once I looked back, it was just the 4 of us. I think we had a huge gap, so I kind of settled down.
Abhishek Vasudev, take applause, take the bow, well done indeed. Come on everybody, clap your hands.
In race 1, a lot of the pros had crashed out. So they started race 2 at the end of the grid. And you had a lot of amateurs in the front of the race, finishing the race ahead of the pros. But some pros like Jagdish actually caught up and finished the overall race in 6th, but he made the podium for his pro category also.
I told you I was going to kick all those fuckers' asses. Humbly.
I need to sit. My leg is cramped up very much. Luckily, I could manage to overtake 6 people in the first corner only. By the end of the race, I finished in top 4, overall 4th, and I finished 2nd in the amateur category, so I'm very happy. It's been a great experience. Now I can go back home happily.
This is what racing does. You rise when you need to. Kaya Patel, well done indeed.
It was difficult. I knew top 2 was really difficult, but I targeted 3rd position and I got it.
This is where you rise. Well done, Jagdish. Bangalore, Abhishek Vasudev. It's 1, 2 and 3 Bangalore. Gentlemen, raise your trophies.
I would like to thank Royal Enfield for working on my bike instantly once I said what I wanted. And I got what I wanted, so I'm really happy.
Just want to give my max on the second round. I will bounce back definitely because the championship is long.
Racing is a hell of a lot of chance and luck. So there's a hell of a lot to look forward to. There's much more to gain than what you may have already lost.
Now they know that Jagdish is not going to give up so easily. I'll make sure the coming rounds will be even more harder for them.
Stay calm, stay quiet, and not be noticed by everybody. Put my visor down. Nobody looks at my eyes. I don't look at anybody. I guess it gets really dangerous when it comes to me, and a humble word out there. Keep an eye out.